Hello, Antoinette here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go through the Total Tarot parts 42 and 43. Just arrived in the mail this morning, and it comes with the Silver Witchcraft Tarot, which I'm quite excited about. And we can have a look through that together. So I've opened it, popped it in the box, and put the box together because, as you know, they come flat pack. And I have my two cards for my Art Nouveau. We have the pages, so we're on to the pages. So we're getting there. Have those. And then we have a magazine, so let's get straight into it, shall we? Okay, so let's take a look at this. I apologise if you get a noise, I'm on call, so I have the bleep next to me. Regular querents, keeping notes and frequent meetings. We have, between readings, competent readers should have ended the first reading with a summary in which they encourage the querent to come up with a practical plan to deal with their current issues. So kind of advising rather than telling, and giving them empowerment to do what they need to do in order to move forwards. So that's always a good thing to do. They should encourage them to describe how, or if they have put it in or put their plans into action. So if you do repeat readings for people, that's always a good thing to do, because if somebody keeps coming to you for readings, there's no point giving them if they don't do what you or the cards suggest as a course of action, or at least, you know, to follow through. If you keep coming back asking the same questions around the same subject. Talking about what has happened between one session and the next also helps both parties figure out the best way to approach a subsequent session together. So yeah, that just is reaffirming what I've just said. Sorry, we've got Max walking around. Breaking up. There are some situations which might prompt a reader to gently break off or pause their sessions with a regular client. For example, the reader doesn't feel at ease. The reader doesn't feel confident dealing with certain topics. The querent is becoming dependent on the card reader, and that one is an important one, I think. Ensuring that your querents don't become dependent on you, and you know, you become like the crutch, because it's not fair to be taking money and things if you're charging for your services. If you've got somebody that actually maybe needs some different advice or a different opinion, needs to maybe seek some other form of counselling to help them through a situation. And then we've got staying fresh. Readers should make effective use of all the tools at their disposal in order to help the querent get the sort of advice that they are looking for. They should encourage them to take an active part in reading, for example, by asking them to choose the spread or the deck to be used that's out in front of them. Additionally, a reader shouldn't feel obliged to reach an immediate conclusion about issues in a regular querent's life. They should work steadily to delve into greater detail. They can also finish each session by discussing with the querent the various possibilities that have opened up, which they can then discuss together in a subsequent session moving forwards. So that's some actually really sound, solid advice there. I like that. We've got the Six of Pentacles as our card in detail. Giving is receiving and receiving is giving. Quite like that. We've got our keywords down the bottom. Our thematics for personal life, divination, psyche and soul. What the cards show us, the idea of wealth and poverty is continued in the move from the Five of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles. Two beggars are seen receiving money from wealthy merchant who holds balancing scales as if to measure out his good deeds. And then up here we have the Worth Tarot, the Angels and Clint. Got my eye on that Worth one, as you all well know. As I'm seeing more of the Clint, I'm less concerned about that, but this one I do quite like the look of. And then we have some examples at the bottom here. So we have the Lo Scarabeo, so the Six of Pentacles in Lo Scarabeo. Its kind of keywords are economic exchange. From the Pagan Tarot, we have finding help in a kindred spirit. That comes with parts 54 and 55. So a few away from today. So we have Nefertiti's Tarot, which is a gift offering. The Universal Celtic, which we had with 16 and 17, suggests giving, so that's quite evidently there. We have the Shaman Tarot coming in parts 60 and 61, represents melody, and yep, you can see him playing a very lovely melody. and this one too. Well, I'm assuming that's a cat playing or a monkey playing in a tree. We have the Dark Grimoire, Charity Among the Dispossessed. As you can see, I'm just handing it all out. And there are a few cards with sort of this look about them, actually, for the charitable handing. Here we have the Manga Tarot representing generosity. And with our Fae Tarot, the universe provides. The Manga Tarot, by the way, comes with 46 and 47, so 2 postals away, 2 months away. Excuse me, I just needed my tea. So we have spell casting. This is an interesting one, using the cards for spell casting. So we have a 5-card layout. I'm guessing that's supposed to be a pentacle. It suggests you use the Major Arcana. There's nothing there to tell us what the positions are. So we're over here. So we have the goal, the sacrifice, the sign, the trial, the offer. The spellcasting spread examines the thin line that separates the simple desire to reach a goal and the commitment needed to achieve it. Even when the spell metaphor is being used, tarot should never represent a way of avoiding our responsibilities. The fact is that all individuals are capable of creating their own destiny in the way that is best for them. Very well said. So spell casting just sounds like a buzzword, actually, I think. Looks like they're referring to it in a buzzword sense. So it's more about intention setting and manifestation, which, yes, you could call the spell. It's a bit like blowing your candles out on your birthday cake as well, isn't it? So we are tarot deck library here for the Silver Witchcraft Tarot. The writer and designer, the author of the Silver Witchcraft deck is American tarot expert Barbara Moore. Her many other decks for Los Caribbean include the Steampunk Tarot, the Mystical Manga Tarot, Tarot of the Hidden Realm, and Tarot of the Hidden Realm full stop, I think. The deck's images are the work of Italian artist and illustrator Franco Rivoli, and his other decks also include the Between Tarot and Triple Goddess Tarot. So that tells us who they are, and I can then transfer that into the lid of my box, which is lovely. Through the Silver Witchcraft Tarot, we catch a glimpse of the energies and spirits that dance through our world. Okay. And here we have the Major Arcana. So let's take a look at the Moon. She governs our dreams and speaks to our deepest intuitive selves. Keywords: secrets, illusions, deception, imagination, mystery, subconscious cycles, anxiety, dreams, nightmares, psychic abilities. So yeah, I think I agree with all of that. So it's talking here. So we're talking about the minor arcana, silver moons, silver threads, silver wings, silver flames. So it's changed the suits then, I'm going to assume. Silver moons, cups or chalices. Silver threads, pentacles. Silver wings, swords. Silver flames, wands. And then we have numbers. So the numerological way of reading. So 1 is the self, 2 is Yule, 3 is Imbolc, 4 is Ostara, 5 is Beltane, 6 is Letha, 7 is Lammas, 8 is Mabon, 9 is Samhain, 10 is the universe. The numbers provide a connection between the suits, but help to highlight their differences. For example, silver wings or air reacts differently to the energy of Mabon than silver threads or earth. Oh, okay, this a bit more to this deck than I'm realising. It is said that witches are walkers between worlds. Tarot is in so many ways a thing that walks between worlds, forming bridges and connections. Okay. I think I might Google a bit more about this deck because that's looking very curious. It's piqued my interest. And let's take a look at the 7 of Swords. Stealing, rescuing, stealth, dishonesty, sabotage, sneakiness, Stealth again, it says stealth twice. Traitor and spy. So the meanings haven't really changed much. I was just curious with that 1 to 10. So there must be a different way of using this. I wonder if this comes in a kit with a bigger book. But just looking at the pictorial thematics there, it's actually quite a nice looking deck. So let's move into the second part of the editorial. We have modifying spreads, clarification versus modification. A skilled reader can learn how to customize the structure and the number of cards in a spread in order to meet the querent's needs. Yep, so just because somebody starts with a Celtic cross doesn't mean you have to end with a Celtic cross. You can change it, you can change the questions, you can take parts of it that you like and don't like, and of course clarifying areas that you're not sure of when you're reading. That's a fun one to do. Add an extra card or 3 to the card that you want more information on. Making changes, it tells you about making changes to the spread. Over here we've got adding cards into the spread. Here we have being clear and concise. The reader is free to be as inventive and clever as they like and add cards in any way they see fit, as long as it serves the issue at hand. They should take care, however, to be clear and concise. Too many cards may convolute or confuse the situation. The reader should keep careful track of meanings and positions as they move through a spread. So this Wheel of Fortune here is saying open to change. And what do we have here? Because this is looking really quite curious, isn't it? So we have past, present, future. So that's our 3 card spread. And then we are expanding on our present outcome. So the traditional past, present, future spread can also be modified by adding 2 cards and encouraging the querent to choose between 2 different outcomes. Okie dokie. Well, moving into the future. That seems... I know it says it's supposed to be simple, but that actually sounds really complicated. I don't know that I'd want to know about this by choosing 2 different futures, because what you choose will change to this. I don't know. Let me know in comments what you think about that one. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah, you know, we can all give it a go. Try it out, see what we get. We have our card in detail, the 7 of Pentacles. Lack of challenge, no rush. There's always a rush. I seem to be rushing everywhere these days. Okay, tarot thematics. What the card shows us. We have questions here that you might want to ask, like what is your next logical step? Have you assessed the work you've already completed? What comes easily to you? Do you give yourself enough of a break? Perhaps an outsider can give you a fresh perspective. Okay. We have, again, we have our worth, angels, and Klimt up top. Traditional meanings and the upright and reverse meanings here. So, of course, in reverse, we have anxiety about money, a need for a loan, working hard but not seeing the profits. I think that we can all be a bit guilty of that sometimes. And then for our 7s down here, we have the Fae Tarot with inner peace creates outer peace. We have a spell of growth from the Pagan deck. We have Neferati's telling us unsettled negotiation for our 7s. We have the Runic Tarot, 48 49, that one's coming with. Celebrate your achievements, 78 doors, which we've seen in patience and desire. With our Dark Grimoire, not seeing the darkness, with our 7 of Pentacles. And then for our Shamans, we've got Dancing on the Boundary. And with the Low Scarabeo deck, we have Immature Reaping. So, you know, reaping what you've sown too early and not getting the full benefits of what's going on. Spellcasting, part 2 of the spellcasting spread. Our guide to the spellcasting spread includes an example to show you how a reading might work in practice. So, the goal, the Emperor. So put the card meanings, domain and authority, keywords, leadership, pride, domination, responsibility, solidarity, order, power, government, father figure, rationalism. The Emperor represents the goal. For Patricia, the Who's Patricia? That must be our querent. The Emperor represents all the qualities she seeks in a partner: maturity, determination, strength, sincerity, and a willingness to commit and keep those commitments. The qualities of the Emperor help Patricia to focus on her true desire with absolute clarity. She is looking for a man who is not only attracts her, but who can make a life with her. Right, so it's almost like it's starting to sound like a love reading, isn't it? Somebody who wants to find love. The trial, the offer is judgment. This represents how she is grateful for finding a more dependable partner. Patricia decides to make big changes, leaving behind all the old attitudes and habits that she has been carrying around since her student days. She feels ready to step into the shoes of a more mature and responsible woman instead. So that's almost like embodying, who you want to become, how you want to be seen, and what you want to do. Then we've got some divination and going deeper. So we've got another kind of card set up here. It's called the Spellwork Divination Spread. Many magical practitioners do a divination in the form of tarot reading before they do any work with spells. The gateway to spells. The spread is done in steps, and number of steps there. Okay. So we have the divine, the goddess, the god, the guardian of the... Oh, right, okay. And then you got... Yeah, so that is very much a spell type of setup. So you've got your 4 quarters, watchtowers, whatever you want to call them, elements, and then your god, goddess, and ether in the middle. Here we have tarot techniques for memory lane. Tarot can be an excellent tool for helping querents reconstruct significant episodes from the past. I suppose that's true, actually. Sometimes you pull out a deck and you lay it down, and then you sort of see something that happened for you, and then you link the cards into what you're seeing. It brings back more memories, and you're able to recall more of the things that happened for that particular memory that you're trying to recount. It's amazing sometimes what can come to light. So what have you learned from the past? I don't do a lot of past readings, to be fair, but yeah. And obviously for past life readings, there's quite a few readers that do that. So they always fascinate me. I like to have a go, but I'm still not quite nuanced in it, but I do enjoy it. So World of Tarot. So we've got Alpheus Levi 1, if that's how I'm pronouncing that. Considered the father of modern esotericism, Levi is a hugely influential figure in the development of tarot. I've seen this. Sorry about that. I told you I'd get bleeped. So, yeah, I've kind of lost where I was with this one, but obviously we have some more information here. Does it tell us? It must tell us. The frontispiece of the second volume of the Dogma and Ritual de Haute Magie, Ritual of Higher Magic, the most important work by Levi. Okay, yes, I must have seen this shown on other channels and in other types of books, but that page there definitely kind of rings a bell with me. Not a book I own, I don't think, unless it happens to be hiding in the Golden Dawn, but yeah, I know he's a very influential person, and lots of people do refer back to him and his writing. So, one to know if you're into magic. And then we have the coloured thematics for our minors. Right. Next one we have is Tarot of the New Vision. Have we not had that yet? I feel like... I don't know, I must have 7 Rider-Waite-Smith clones now from this series. So hopefully it's going to be a good deck. Because, not my favourite. But anyways, let's come down and take a look at this deck. And I am sorry that I'm a bit all over the place because, yeah, I am on call and it's busy. So standard low Scarabeo cardstock. Nice slippery with a sheen on it. So that's our front card. That's the backs, by the way. Very pretty, the triple moons. And I do like this card. That is really nice. There we go, get you into the frame. So yeah, I think that's very nice. I like it a lot. Let's just leave it there. Here we have the Magician. High Priestess. Empress, we have bunnies. And the Emperor. So I suppose you could go like that, can't they? Maybe those are meant to be, not sure. Hers is pink and his is red, so it doesn't really indicate that they should be meeting, but still very curious. We've got the ribbons. Here we have our Hierophant. And our Lovers. Okay, there we are. So they've got ribbons around their hands. Is it the same people? I'm not sure. A Chariot. The baby in the cup. That's a very interesting take on a chariot. Kind of like that one. Strength. Standing side by side. Everyone's on platforms, aren't they? So we're all platformed. Our Hermit. The Wheel. Justice. Blowing it into the wind. The Hanged Man. Doing some yoga. Here we have Death. Oh, I guess very evident transformation, really, isn't it? Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. They're quite nice as well, actually, aren't they? Sun and Moon. Yep. Judgment. I like that. So you can interpret that any way you want. Souls, dancing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can only see 6. If I was going to call them chakra points, that's why I was just counting them up. I can only see 6, not 7. Yeah. And our world with a tree. So is that our same tree from the start? It might be, because there's a person there. That might be. Who knows? Just put them together. And then we're on to our chalices. So it tells us quite clearly at the bottom what we're looking at. They're not changed. Yes, they are, aren't they? Chalices. Of course they are. Chalices, cups. They're very definitely changed names. And you can see that there is that magical element throughout these, having a look at them. It's very earthy, nature-y based, outside elements. A lot of, yeah, kind of, you feel like that, connecting to the elements, feeling within. Knight of Chalices. Our Queen and our King. So he's not on the big shell chair today. He's on something a bit more rugged. So we have our Pentacles. And this one's all sort of joined by a spider's web, the web that sort of weaves and connects. 8, 9, a very interesting concept. I like that idea of the spider's web. I mean, even down to there, like the grapes connecting to the clouds. Looks like he's tugging on a web as well. So yeah, that definite realization that all is connected and interconnected, kind of oneness. Then we have the Ace of Wands. There's our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, so they didn't change the names, did they? So these are standard to what it said in the first one. I thought they were going to change the names of the deck as we went through, but they haven't. We've got a Page of Wands. Quite like that there, practicing, you know, the elements in the hand. On Knight. Almost using it to guide. So Queen. She's sort of nurturing it. And so is our King. And 2 very different thrones again. Right, onto the air swords. It's very pretty athame. I like all the birds kind of flying around in colour. Our 2, looking for that inspiration, which choice to make. We've got very different coloured flowers as well on the front there. And the same flowers in the top here with our 3 of Swords. Oh, that's a nice. So we've put the sword through the chalice. So that definitely gives you that emotional pull. And with the white and the red up there as well. So an emotional pull, so something that's dissipating. Then we have our 4 of Swords. Kind of resting, being put to rest, leaving something to rest. Our 5 with the line in the sand. 6. 7. So this one was about stealth, wasn't it, when we read it out in the book? 8 of Swords. 9. 10. Page, Knight, Queen, King. And they're quite matching with their yellow air signs, but again, very different. She's almost like in Candy Floss, a bubbler Candy Floss. And then we have our other card to go with. Okay, so let's see what we get. Our 2 of Wands. So the horizon is open for us to go and wander. And let's see what our book says about our 2 of Wands. I'm curious. I can't even remember which book it was in. 2 of Wands. So vision, energy, authority, ability, dominance, intention, work proposal or decision. So yeah, I mean, obviously we all agree there, I'm sure, with the decisions. I'm never so sure about work proposal with 2 of Wands, but that's a new one for me. So yeah, it's a bank holiday weekend. I'm sure many of you have got lots of decisions to make. I know I've got a few to make. Oh, hang on, mine are going to be work related because I'm on call. There we go. So perhaps a very apt card for me. Off to make some more work decisions. So I hope you did get something out of this flip through. I'm sorry that it was a bit all over the place. I will see you in the next one, and I better go and get my head back in the game. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.